organic learning.
Whoa! Check this out, you guys. Today, we have a very special episode. We are going to go over all of these super fun and amazing trains. Oh, wow. Now, be sure to let us know which one is your favorite in the comments section below. All right, you guys, let's jump right in. Let's do it. Okay, you guys, we've got our first train of the day, and holy moly, this one is fantastic. This is a diesel locomotive. Wow, this thing is massive. Now, these diesel locomotives have huge, powerful engines, sometimes as big as 16 cylinders. That's really big. It runs on diesel fuel, which maybe you've seen before at the gas station. Diesel is actually what tractor trailers use. Now, these giant engines, I'll tell you what, they produce a lot of heat. So all the fans that you see up here, see all these circles? These are fans, actually help to keep the engines cool, especially when the train's not moving, because when the train's moving, you have the air rushing over and that cools it off. But when it's still, all that heat just kind of sits right there and can get the engine really, really hot. Now, these things are big and they are super duper heavy, and they can't just stop like a car. In fact, sometimes they need as long as one whole mile, even longer, to come to a complete stop. That's right, you guys. Now, diesel locomotives, they're used for pulling both freight cars as well as passenger cars. And as you can see, this one is Santa Fe. I love the kind of silver rear portion and the red front, number 8068. Check out all those wheels and check that out too, so they can turn from one track to the other. This thing is really great. This is a diesel locomotive. Oh, wow, check out this slick daddy coming up next, you guys. This is such a cool one. This is a metro train. And let's get a close-up shot of this. Man, this thing is awesome. Now, if you've ever been to a big city, or maybe you live in a big city, you've probably seen one of these very cool metro trains. Now, they're great at carrying lots of people at the same time and taking them throughout the city and also to the suburbs. Now, as you can see, it's got lots of rows of seats all the way throughout the train. That's for people to sit, but also there's some standing room as well. Sometimes during the really busy, morning rush hour or evening rush hour, it's going to be a really crowded train, so some people will have to just go ahead and stand up. Now, what's really great is if you live in the suburbs, you can just go to a local train stop, get on one of these, take it downtown, go to your office, and at the end of the day, you just head on home again, no problem. Now, check this out. Each one of these trains can hold about 100 people. An entire train is 10 cars. That's 10 cars times 100 people. How many people total is that, you guys? You got it. 1,000 people. Whoa, that's 1,000 people. That's a lot of people, you guys. Very cool stuff. And this is a metro train. Okay, I don't even think I need to say anything for this next one, you guys. I'm pretty sure everybody knows who this character is. This is a steam locomotive. And check out who it is. You got it. It is Thomas the Tank Engine, you guys. How you doing, you little cheeky monkey? Oh, I'm doing real good. Oh, Thomas, man, you're adorable. Oh, this is so great. Now, Thomas here, he's a good old-fashioned steam locomotive that gets its power from burning coal. Now, when the coal burns up, it actually heats up a tank of water. The water creates steam, which in turn moves the pistons that ultimately turns the wheels on the track. Now, steam locomotives like Thomas here, they are really loud and really, really strong. I'm sure you've heard it before, go choo-choo and let all that steam out right here on the top. Absolutely, they pull lots of other cars and they pump out all of that billowing white smoke. Full steam ahead is about 50 miles per hour, which is actually pretty good considering sometimes how much old Thomas here actually has to pull. Sometimes he's got a lot of cars behind him, you guys. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. But when they rumble through town, everybody stops to check it out because it is quite a sight. Of course, he always slows down when he goes through towns and then, speeds it up a little bit more when he's in the countryside. I love the light blue wheels here. Thomas has, let's see, 2, 4, 6 of them. Of course, he's got a smiling face right up front there. And, Thomas, he's number 1. Thomas, so great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. This is a steam locomotive. Whoa, and finally, whoa, check this out, you guys. Oh my goodness, this thing is way cool. Do you guys know what this is? Well, I'm gonna tell you. This is a bullet train. Oh, come back here. Now, I'll tell you what, you guys, this is no joke. These trains are so fast. Honestly, they almost go as fast as a bullet. Max speed on one of these bad boys, approaching 200 miles per hour. That's right, that is very, very fast, you guys. I mean, check it out. It's very aerodynamic in terms of its design. It cuts right through the air there. I mean, you got some windows here for the passengers, as you can see everything kind of blur right by you. And of course, check out this really cool kind of cockpit window. That's where the engineer will actually drive the train right up front, making sure that everything's working. And I love the design. It almost looks like an eel, like you would see in the ocean. I mean, this thing is really, really cool. Now, Japan and France are actually the countries that are most famous for having these bullet trains. And a quick story, when I was in high school, I went to France with my French class, and we got to ride the French bullet train called the TGV, or TGV as they would say in French. And I tell you what, we got out of Paris, went into the French countryside, and it was incredible. All these fields of yellow flowers just kind of flying by us. And I mean, this thing was exhilarating, you guys. If you're ever there, please, you gotta check it out. Whoa, come back here. Because this, you guys, is a bullet train. Okay, you guys, wow. Check out this next one, man. I'll tell you what, this thing is so much fun. You gotta try one of these. This is a cable car. That's right. Now, the most famous cable cars are in the great city of San Francisco, you guys. Oh yeah. Now, they're actually pulled by an underground cable that attaches to the bottom of the cable car and actually pulls it all the way throughout the city. Now, you won't see a lot of these in high-speed chases, and I'll tell you why. Max speed on one of these, we're talking about 9 miles per hour. I'm pretty sure most of you guys can ride your bikes faster than that. Now, San Francisco has a lot of these, and like I said, you'll see these going throughout the city. What's really cool is it's a great way to see the city because San Francisco has some extremely steep hills, like, whoa, like probably that steep. The really twisty, turny, one of the most famous streets is Lombard Street, which has this great kind of S-turn that goes all the way down, and I'll tell you what, these things are just fantastic. You can sit here, get a seat, you kind of be right on the edge and just, kind of see the city as it goes by. It's a really, really fun way to check it out. Now, they used to have cable cars in New York City, Chicago, and London, but unfortunately they kind of phased those out over time. So now, really, San Francisco is the only place to check out an active set of cable cars. You gotta check it out, you guys. I'm telling you, it is so much fun. And at the end, when they turn them around, they get them to this little kind of pit stop, and they just rotate them like this, and then, boop, they go right on back. So much fun, and this is a cable car. Wow, you guys, this next one, it almost looks like it is from the future. Check this out. This is a monorail. Whoa, man, this thing is so cool. And of course, the most famous monorails, at least in my opinion, are the ones you can find at Disney. That's right, Disney World and Disneyland both have their own monorail system, you guys. Now, a monorail is actually a train that runs on a single rail. Mono, meaning one, and rail, well, rail means rail. As you can see, the rail actually goes right in this groove here, and then the monorail train will actually just kind of follow that groove wherever it is needing to go. It is really great, you guys. Now, from the passenger's perspective, these are really cool because oftentimes these monorails are elevated. So whether you're going through Disney or maybe like some suburbs or the city, you're gonna get a great view of wherever you are going. And of course, because it's got its own tracks, You don't have to worry about traffic if there's a fender bender or some congestion. Well, not for the monorail. It just scoots right around all that and you get to your destination ASAP, you guys. Now, I remember way back in the day when I was in Orlando at Disney World, and man, I tell you what, I was hanging out with Mickey all day long and apparently so exhausted, my folks said, I fell asleep on the monorail on the way back to the hotel. Well, that's what it's all about, and see that, you guys? Walt Disney World monorail system. This is the one you definitely want to be on, you guys. This is a monorail. Whoa, you guys, check out this great one coming up next. This is an electric locomotive. Oh wow, I love the really cool red coloring on this one and the kind of gray top, great detail there. Now, an electric locomotive is a locomotive actually powered by electricity from overhead lines. And what it does are these things on top, which are called pantographs, touch the electrical lines, and that's how it gets its current and its power. Now, because it's electric, it actually has the ability to accelerate and decelerate very quickly, which makes it ideal for commuter trains, which of course take a lot of stops. Now, compared to the diesel locomotive, which pulls a lot of freight cars and whatnot, those go a bit slower. These things can kind of zip through the suburbs and the city, drop people off real quick, pick them up, and keep on going to keep everybody on schedule. What's really cool is compared to the diesel locomotive, because there's no engine, it's very quiet, so you really don't have any engine noise, and of course, there's no exhaust billowing out or anything like that, so it's really good for the environment, you guys. This is a great one. I love all the solid red coloring right there, and like I said, I love the gray and all this awesome detail on top. This, you guys, is an electric locomotive. Oh yeah! Wow, I like this next one, you guys. Man, this thing is colorful. Well, this is a subway train. Yeah, check it out. Now, a subway train is a passenger train system that operates primarily underground beneath the city streets, so you don't even see it. It's pretty cool. Now, what's really cool, like kind of the best part about riding on a subway is going downstairs, underground, you go through the turnstiles, boarding the train, and then you go for a couple stops, you get off, you walk upstairs, and when you're at the sidewalk, voila, you have reached your destination, you guys. Now that is pretty cool stuff. Now, this particular subway train is part of the subway system in the city of London, England. Oh, jolly old London, England, hello! Now, as you can see here, it says tunnel train. We're coming in real close right there, tunnel train, which means that it operates in a tunnel that actually goes underneath a body of water called the English Channel, and that connects England to France. I mean, that's amazing. You basically get on the train, you're in England, you go in the tunnel, and then when you come up, boom, you are in France, you guys. That is so cool. As you can see here, you got the British flag right there on the side of the train. I mean, this thing is so much fun, you guys. Great stuff. This is a subway train. Whoa, you guys, I think I better stretch before I, whoa, pick up this next one. Man, this thing is heavy. Well, this is a streetcar. Yeah, I know, it's got a kind of a funny name, but it's still a type of a train. Now, what it is actually is it's a train in that it runs on tracks, but the tracks are actually flush with the city street. That's right, it shares the road with other vehicles and pedestrians, and because of this, it actually doesn't go very fast like a traditional train or subway. But what's really cool is that they run along the main roads and are powered solely by electrical overhead wires. That's right. Now, the streetcar actually uses this pantograph, which is right on the top here, to get its current from the wires that are overhead. Now, if any of you have ever been to the great city of Toronto, Canada, they actually maintain the most extensive streetcar system in the world in terms of total length of track, number of cars, and amount of ridership. Now, these things are fun. I've actually been to Toronto many times. It's a great city, and these things are just a great way to kind of get around. Much like the cable car in San Francisco kind of, just takes you cruising through there. Well, this thing is kind of an equivalent of that. Not quite as slow, but still a ton of fun, you guys. You gotta check it out. And this is a streetcar. All right, you guys, we have our final train of the day, and this one is gonna totally blow your mind. This is a Maglev. Now this Maglev, whoa! Oh, Maglev, come back! All right, I'll explain. There's a reason it's hard to keep this guy on camera. That's because this is the fastest train in the world. That's right, you guys. Top speed on the Maglev is 375 miles per hour. That's about 603 kilometers per hour. And no matter how you slice it, that is really, really fast. Now, a maglev, or magnetic levitation train, actually hovers over the track and is not in physical contact with it. Now, a maglev is a vehicle that travels along a single guideway, most often a monorail, kind of like we covered earlier, and it uses magnets to create both lift and propulsion. Now, since the train never actually comes in contact with the track, the amount of friction is greatly reduced, allowing this bad boy to go, whoa, really, really fast, you guys. Now, you'll find these in the Asian countries like Japan, China, South Korea, and I'll tell you what, I've never been there myself, but I would love to jump on one of these. I guess you get a little window here and just watch the world kind of blur by as you're going at almost 400 miles an hour. Hey, if you've ever ridden one of these, definitely let us know. I want to hear what this was like. This looks like a ton of fun. And this, whoa, is a maglev. Whoa, you guys, we had an awesome time today going over all of these amazing and fun trains. Choo-choo! Be sure to let us know which one was your favorite, and check us out on Twitter and Instagram by clicking on the links in the description box below. So much fun, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. If you liked our video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a fun comment below. Thanks, everybody.